Welcome back to Pink Turtle Soaps. Today I'm working on the second soap of our throwback month, and it is the Butt Naked soap. I haven't made this soap since 2018, so I was super excited to break out this fragrance again. It's one of my absolute favorites. I feel like I say that a lot on this channel, but truly this is probably one of my top 3. And it's been one of my most requested soaps to bring back, so that was another reason why I chose it. I smell this fragrance and I can just picture myself sitting at the beach or by the pool getting a suntan. Like, it smells sort of similar to a tanning lotion, but a lot more sweet. It smells so good. It's perfect for summertime. Before we hop into the soap making, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because I upload every single week. Doing my very best to stick to the Wednesday upload schedule, but as most of you know, I have a newborn and we have some major home renovations going on, so that kind of throws me off a little bit, but I'm still doing my absolute best to make sure you have an upload every single week. So the first step is to add the lye water to my oils, and you may notice that this looks a little bit milky, and that's because I added some titanium dioxide. The fragrance that I'm using does discolor to a dark brown, so I went ahead and added some titanium dioxide just to help lift the base a little bit. I'm also adding some neon colors in there. You'll just see. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and add the lye water to my oils. My lye water had been sitting for a minute with the titanium dioxide in it, so it did sort of clump up at the bottom. So I'm just going to take a quick second to mix that up again. That way I don't have giant chunks of white inside my soap. That wouldn't look good. Alrighty, so all of the lye water is added, so I'm just going to give this a really quick blend. Alright, so the next step is to pour off just a little bit into these two containers here. And when I say a little bit, I do mean just a little bit. The reason being is this right here, these two containers, won't have any fragrance in them. So I don't want to have too much of the soap unscented. This larger container is going to be the only part of the soap that does have fragrance in it. So in one of the little ones here, I'm adding some neon purple. I'm using neon colors because that's what I used the last time that I made this soap. And it, for whatever reason, it actually contrasts with the dark brown that the soap turns. And it looks really cool. The next color, I'm using neon green. And both of these colorants come from Nurture Soap. And of course, I will leave you a link in the description. And then I'm not going to add anything to this larger bucket here because it'll discolor all on its own. I went ahead and added the fragrance oil to this container here, but I'm going to take my stick blender here and mix up the purple colorant first. So to start this, I am going to begin by pouring the brown part, which it's not brown now, but it will discolor at some point. I'm going to pour a majority of it in here, about that much. I'm going to leave a little bit of room. And then I'm going to come in with the purple. And pour some of that in there. And then I'm going to grab the green. Pour it from a little bit up high so that it reaches the bottom. I think that the purple and the green are going to contrast beautifully. I'm just going to go ahead and scrape out the bucket here. I'm going to add some of this purple and green on top and do a really cool swirly design probably. Since this is a flat top, it won't have any piping on it, so might as well make the top look as pretty as possible. So this soap is finished. It was actually a really quick process. Whenever I do a soap that doesn't have piping or embeds on top, I feel like I just blow right through it. But like I said, the purple and the green are going to stay nice and vibrant, but the color that looks white today will turn a very dark brown after the curing process, which is another reason why I suggest following Pink Turtle Soaps on Instagram. That is where I post a lot about the soap updates. If they discolor, I'll share photos during the curing process. That way you can see what it looks like when I first make it and what it looks like after the 4 to 6 week cure time. If you don't have an Instagram, I do have a Facebook group, and it's Pink Turtle Soaps. So head over there and join the group. I also post a lot about my soaps there too. So you can find us on Facebook or Instagram. And I think the soap's going to look really neat during the whole curing process. So don't miss out on that. I'm going to give it a really quick spritz with rubbing alcohol. And then I'm going to let this set for about 24 hours. And then when I come back tomorrow, I'll unmold it and cut it up. And we'll check out the swirls on the inside. So I'm back to cut up the soap. Please ignore my filthy soap cutter here. It's seen a lot of soaps here lately. So eventually I'll get around to cleaning off this excess soap. Just try to ignore it. And you can also see that it's starting to turn brown up top. Well, maybe you can see. You'll be able to see it once I cut into the bars. I have already cut off a few because I do have a TikTok now. So I cut off about 5 bars of this loaf for a TikTok. But I still left quite a bit of the loaf here for you guys. Go ahead and cut off a bar and show you the inside. The outside of the bar usually is the first part to start the discoloration process. That's what it looks like on the inside. And you can see it's still a very creamy whitish color, but maybe there, my camera finally decided to focus. If you can see between the purple and the green, you'll see a light brown on the top of these bars, and that's what the inside is going to start to do. That's why I suggested to hop over to our Instagram, because I will post updates about this soap and you can see exactly how it looks after the discoloration occurs. Cut off another bar. Man, this smells so good. I forgot. I knew that it smelled good. It was one of my favorites and it was a crowd pleaser, but when I started making this soap, it was like I really remembered why it was so popular. And there's an inside swirl of that one. So the majority of the bar will be a toasty brown color, but I about said orange. The green and the purple will stay just as they are now. It's going to contrast really well. Let's go ahead and cut up the rest of this loaf and check out that drop swirl. If you would like to grab yourself a bar, these will be available at pinkturtlesoaps.com August 1st at 8 a.m. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next week.